Man, I realize now, it's always good to have some tissues in your car. I'm thinking about buying a whole pack and having it in my drawer in my car, because this is a lifesaver. You know, feels so good. The only thing that feels better than taking a piss in nature is taking a shit in nature. Oh my god, I just took a massive dump. Ooh, and it's good to have some water always when you're traveling, to wash your hands and then to drink. Ooh, those are like the essentials, focus on the essentials. People are fucking thinking about, I want to have a mansion, I want to have a nice iPhone, the newest one, whatever. But what you need to possess is like a duct tape, some tissues, some water, a bag, some gas money. You need money for gas, for stuff like that. And because when you don't have those things, then you realize, oh, what's important in life, what are the priorities. The priority is the essentials. If you have essential stuff taken care of, then you can be happy, like you're not suffering. Fuck luxury, if you don't have the essentials. I'm thinking about traveling to a nearby big city I've never been to in Europe, Belgrade. I don't know if you guys know Belgrade. I've never been, but it's not in my country, but it's close, like 5 hours of driving away. And I've never been to that city, so my thinking is, I could go to Paris, to Rome. I've been to Paris, actually. I could go to Rome, to Berlin, to Prague, to Madrid. I've never been to those cities, but let me first go to Belgrade. If I haven't been to Belgrade, like, I don't have any place going to cities that are far away and big European cities. Oh, I've been to Paris, but I've never been to Belgrade. Like, what kind of a man? Like, first go to your neighboring countries. First go to check that off and then go further, What are you even thinking about France and Spain? You haven't been even to Serbia, You need to be satisfied with little stuff. Because if you're not satisfied with small things, you won't be satisfied with big things. Yo, this beer is not good. I don't like this beer. I prefer the Czech beer. That's a real beer. What you're drinking is fake. Fucking snobs. You ain't happy with water, you won't be happy with a beer. Oh, I don't like that beer. I don't like that wine. I prefer that aged wine. Oh, sorry for offering you regular wine. A guy like that doesn't deserve water. A guy like that doesn't deserve to drink wine. If he's not happy with shitty wine, with regular wine, he doesn't deserve that luxury wine, aged wine. Work with what you have, with what you're offered. Play the cards you're dealt, I learned that in poker, Sometimes you're dealt a bad hand, but you gotta, play it or decide what to do with it. Sometimes you're gonna fold, but you cannot fold all the time. Sometimes you have to play that bad hand because you're not getting a good hand the whole night. And that's that. And then you try to make something out of it, and it will work sometimes. It will. Just gotta be brave. I was like 2 years ago, I was without a job. I just kept waiting and waiting, trying to start the perfect business. I was like, I'm gonna start a business. I'm a businessman. But the months just kept rolling on, and I didn't do much. Like I did slowly. I was moving with my online store. But it was just too slow. Like I need to. And then my mom was like sending me suggestions for work. Like she was looking at job offerings for me. I didn't ask her to do it, but she was looking, and then she printed out this job application for being a teacher, a daycare teacher at school, watching over little kids. And I was like, I'm too good for this. Like, I don't want to do that. I want more. I want to be a salesman. I have to make serious money. Like, I ain't working this job. And I mashed that paper and threw it behind my closet, I ain't working that job. Fuck your mom. But then I changed my mind. I came to my senses, and I picked up that paper from behind my closet. I opened it up and I called the number, and I said, hey, is the job still open? And I said, yeah, come for the interview. I came to the interview. I talked with the principal for 2 minutes. I just said, these are my experiences. I didn't finish college. I went on college. I successfully finished 1 year, but then I dropped out. Then I went to college again, and again I dropped out. I worked at some school for 1 year, and that's that. I was like, take it or leave it. This is what I'm offering. And he was like, okay, when can you start? And I was like, I can start tomorrow. And he was like, okay, you're not gonna start tomorrow. You need to go through the medical exam, but then you can start. And that's that. And it turned out to be the best job ever. Like, I love this job. I love waking up every day and going to my job. I'm working with little kids. It's so fulfilling. I'm raising them up. I have impact. I have fulfillment. I love this job. The pay is not great, but I don't care. Imagine if I threw that opportunity away. I was like, I'm too good for this. I would probably not. I would get a shitty job. I would probably, for a few months, nothing would happen, and then. But I have to support myself, and then I cannot rely on my parents to be some kind of a leech, drinking blood from my parents, supporting me. But I'm 24. I have to get a job. Like, I took that job because it was available, and God rewarded me by this job being great. I swallowed my pride. But example of when I didn't do it, I had this girlfriend for 1 year. I was not satisfied with her. I thought, I can do better. That was in my mind. But the girl was fine. Like, she was just being a woman, And I was supposed to be a man and, like, set my boundaries. But I was being needy then, and I didn't. The thing was, I can do better. This girl is not good enough for me. Like, no girl would be good enough for me with that mindset. As long as I was happy with her, it was the best relationship. I loved that girl, and it was great. We were made for each other. We had chemistry, But then I got punished, She then dumped me, kinda. Yeah, it fell apart, and I deserve it. And now I still cannot find a decent girl, but that girl was decent. I was just not happy with her because of my stupid pride. So, you know. And now, you know, I was like driving, and I felt the need to shit, like to take a dump. And here's a nice forest, you know, I can take a dump. I'm not a pussy. I can take a dump in nature. But I can be a pussy. I don't know. Like, when I compare myself to other people, I'm not a pussy. But deep down, I know I am a pussy. I should be much more strong in my mind than I am. I'm still a failure. But whatever. I took that dump and it felt amazing, you know. Best dump I have taken in a long time. It feels so freeing, you know. Because I said, yeah, this place is good enough for me to take a dump. It's the best place, actually. You know what I mean? When you're too picky, you're gonna end up with nothing. That's what my friend from school, from primary school, once told me. When I was 16 and I had my first girlfriend. Again, I was like not satisfied with her. She was like small. She was kind of fat. She wasn't fat, but she just wasn't skinny. But she was a great girl by personality, like really grounded. Like really, she didn't have pride. She wasn't like these modern women, feminine. Like, she was a great girl. And then I just began thinking, I could do better, I could do better. And she dumped me. Like, now I see the pattern. And he told me, like, if you're not gonna be happy with this girl, because I was complaining to him, she's not, I have a girlfriend, but she's not really beautiful. And he was like, yo man, if you're not gonna be happy with her, you're not gonna have any women, if you're gonna be too picky. And right now he has a girlfriend that is kinda chubby, not fat again, but she's great, you know, great wife material. She's hardworking, humble, and she's kind of pretty. Yeah, she's a bit chubby, but not really, you know. She's younger than him. I bet she's listening to him, and that guy is happy. Like, he realized he got the wisdom in life, because he tried it with those presumptuous girls. He's like, I would say he's really good with women, and then he has this chubby girl. And then another friend, like, he was chasing these younger girls while he was in high school and primary school. He changed a lot of girlfriends. Like, he already had like 4 or 5 girlfriends in his past, but while we, the snobs, we, the smart guys, we didn't really even have one girlfriend at that point. And now he's with a fat girl. I don't know if he's happy, but you know, he has this girl for 4 years now. I don't know, like, you shouldn't really go too fat, but you should be happy with what you have, and then you'll be happy. And maybe then luck turns and she maybe loses weight, or maybe God organizes events so you get a better girl. I don't know, but you see what I mean? You shouldn't be with such a girl out of fear. But you should, like, if you're already with this girl, don't break up. Work with what you have, and it's gonna turn out, that's gonna be the best move. You know, don't be a snob. Like, that's my whole message. Don't be too good for something, because even what you have, you will lose. I see it constantly happening. This car is not good enough, and then you lose that car and you end up with a bad car, a shitty fucking car, or no car at all. You know, if you're not grateful, you will get fucked. That's the law of the universe. Not everybody gets the height, the looks, the money. You're not born with that. Not everybody will be, but what now? You're gonna give up on life? Use what you have and God will reward you. In the end, you will have the best life, the most fulfillment. Look around. Talk to me in the comments if you also see this happening. That when you were ungrateful, you got punished, or people around you were not grateful, they got punished. And people that kinda took what they could get and work with that, they ended up being happy with that. Let's get to the truth, let's get to the wisdom. Share your experience in the comment if you're a real nigga, you know.